Started out so small, we drank and then we talked. She got to know me, I got to know her, and suddenly it's war, then peace, so on and off. She's getting to me, I'm getting to her. Here's what I've been thinking, here's what I would do. When two people are sinking, you should get them out the pool. Here's what I've been thinking, I don't know what else to do, so I'm forever calling her truth. She's a roller coaster ride going up, down. I'm forced to feel feelings that I can't fight. Not 20 anymore, gotta realize that I'm too old for puppy love. Party's getting weaker by the years now. Can't take it anymore, need a timeout. Not 20 anymore, gotta realize that I'm too old for puppy love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. We met in July, a summer ride or die. But summer don't last, and neither should we. I won't break down and cry. This happens all the time. Yeah, we happen too fast, way too high speed.
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm TarotOracle and I do the readings.
Time for the TarotOracle show.
What is going on? Thank you for your donation, ES, from yesterday. I got your donation over PayPal. I need to do that today. So we got Tarot Magician, Black Swan, Dreaming with Tess with a double shot, Karima with a double shot. We got Sarah, Karima, what's going on? Maruta, we got Hershey. Hershey, I need to draw your cartoon tomorrow. We got, let's see, Sarah, Ultraviolet, and I think that's it. Thank you, everybody, for your donations. We're up to 7 donations all the way. What's going on? Lonnie, I did finish your cartoon character. Lonnie, I have to say your cartoon character is my favorite. By far, your cartoon character is my favorite. Linda, what's going on? We got, let's see, Hershey said hello, said ES. All right, ES is waiting for the reading from yesterday. ES, sorry about the delay with all of that stuff. All right, let's do that. The first on the list we have is ES. ES wants to know. We got the HOA is bringing cops for stop sign enforcement. We're going to see how that goes. That could be bad. I don't know. Stop sign enforcement. If they didn't stop at a stop sign. So I'm kind of curious, like stopping at a stop sign is naturally something that you get in trouble for. You actually had to hire cops, or what did the HOA do? Did they call the police and talk nice to them and be like, excuse me, everybody's running the stop sign. You know, people are getting run over here, and we want some enforcement over here. See, like bang on the desk and demand. I don't know how that works, but anyway, but yeah. All right. So that is interesting. Stop sign enforcement. All right, let's look at a two-parter on that one. The first part I want to know is like, will this do anything? Like, will this help anything? Because if people see a cop, they're naturally going to stop at the stop sign, right? Unless the cop's hiding or I got a good hiding spot or something. I don't know. So we'll see. First part is going to be, will this do anything? Well, I think it's good that they're there. I think it'll raise awareness that you probably want to stop at the stop sign because the cops are usually there. So I think all the people in the neighborhood start talking. They start having a discussion and they're like, well, that may not be the best thing to do. So yeah, it's a good match. I think it does well. And I think it does, you know, accomplish the goal, which is to have people not, you know, not run through stop signs at 30 miles an hour and endanger everybody in the neighborhood. So yes, I do think the Tower card says we have a disruption is disruptive enough that, yeah, you know, they pretty much do that. I think that they change their behavior temporarily at a minimum, and yeah, this is something that's fairly effective in short term getting rid of it. Now let's look at long term. Long term, will this do any good? I haven't seen a cop at my favorite stop sign in like a month, right? So you got a little moon there. Now, am I actually going to be like permanently changing my behavior, or am I just going to run the stop sign when I don't see the usual people sitting there kind of thing with that? All right. Ooh, that's interesting. The lack thereof does cause some things. I think that ultimately they're going to need to install some kind of a camera so that people get caught even when there's nobody sitting there, right? Be random with me. Oh, welcome. Appreciate you. Be random with me. Did you ever send me a picture to make a cartoon character? Let me know. If you didn't, send me one. I'll get it worked up. I think it does it temporarily well. I think that a camera is going to be the better long-term solution for that because they know it's always there. They don't know when it's on. They don't know who's watching the camera. It's more of a 24-hour kind of thing. All of a sudden, there's a little more danger with that. When there's nobody there, I don't think they're going to stop. So if there's nobody literally sitting there, I don't think they're going to stop. So the camera is going to be the better long-term solution, in my opinion, for that. A little bit of sort of a discipline that is going to sort of enact through that. It's going to be a little bit better over time, but it does do a very good short-term remediation. And I think that's kind of what you want at that point, right? We don't really want to absolutely cure it all in one shot, but as far as a short-term remediation, that works quite well. Karima wants to know, been thinking about me a lot. Has S been thinking about me quite a bit lately, or have they given up, or what is going on with that? Let's use the waterfall tarot over there. So yeah, we got waterfalls, we got tarots. You combine them up, you have waterfall tarots at the end of the day, right? Waterfall tarots. Well, there you go. Curly Cookie, what is going on? Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Welcome, everybody. It is Saturday. Hopefully you had a good start of your weekend as per se. So yeah, looking good. And I thank you for your donation as well. All right, Karima has been thinking a lot about me lately, or no? Well, see, we got YK. Let's see, who is YK? On the PayPal. See, this is why we don't show the names. Okay, so who is YK's nickname? All right, we'll just do Y. So YK, thank you for your donation over PayPal. Greatly appreciate that. All right, well, let's look and see if they have been thinking about me a lot lately. It does look like they have in traditional, right? Traditionally, you got the OCC. Thank you for your donation over PayPal. Karima, thank you for your 28th donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, see, Karima's paying mortgage this month. All right, but have they been thinking a lot about me lately? Traditionally, when you're going to see you're going to see the three, you're going to see sort of a looking, a scanning, a lot of thoughts, a lot of sort of missing you kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be one of those ideals. So with that comes a lot of sort of perspective and looking at this from a different perspective, looking at this from a place where, you know, I like it, you know, really enjoy it. A lot of good things from this as well. Page of Pentacles as well says not as functional stability wise without you there. So we kind of need that stability. We kind of need that thing happening as far as that goes. Lani, I thank you for your very generous donation. I greatly appreciate you. But the death card says that changes are coming as far as thinking about you. I think they are thinking about you a little more. I think they are sort of in that mode where, you know, they just miss you. They need sort of you around. They need that kind of thing. And I think a change is coming in that perspective and something that they look so forward to. The couple of pages in here, the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, I think there's a level of more communication that is going to come throughout this, but it does seem like before the more communication, before the expansion of the communication, I think you have a little bit of a dip in the communication. In other words, it's not as prominent, it's not as sort of big as far as where it was or where it has been before, but then it grows. So you have a step back and then you have 2 steps forward as far as the communication goes here. So that's kind of an interesting tidbit in the meantime with that. All right, we got the next Karima. thing over here. What's attracting S to me the most right now? And I think then we are actually caught up with yesterday's reads. So that's going to look pretty good there. All right. What is attracting S to me right now? What's attracting S the most? Wheel of Fortune and the Strength with that Three of Pentacles. Just that uniting force that you do bring, right? The uniting force that you do bring here is something that they're kind of excited about. They appreciate it. They really kind of like sort of where we go and what have you. But yeah, you know, so that Strength card just says this is something where they enjoy that combination, or they enjoy sort of the strength or the power that you bring, the energies that you bring across with that. The Wheel of Fortune, they really appreciate kind of the level of stability that you bring as well. You bring in that stability, you bring in that smoothness, you bring in a lot of good things happening through there. And the Three of Pentacles says they sort of have that connection. We can work together. We can make things together. Because I think together you do have some unique ideas. You do have some cool things in the same mode together. And I think that's something that they enjoy and they can kind of look forward to as far as going through that. So there we go. All right. So let's move on to the next read, who is, let's see, Tarot Magician with that. What to expect? Okay, let me mark these off here. This marked off, that's marked off, that is marked off. E, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. We got the Tarot Magician over there. What to expect for June? Let's break June down and see what kind of things we can expect. We're going to ditch the Waterfall Tarot, and for this one, we might as well get a larger deck over here. We haven't used the Mons Tarot in a hot minute, so we need a whole lot of Mons Tarot. So let's break June down financially. Let's break June down kind of just life in general and kind of look at that from the different perspectives. All right, so let's do the financial piece on June. How's June looking financially? Where are we going? What are we doing? What kind of ideas do we have? What kind of things are moving around with that? Serena, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Everybody's here tonight. All right, we got the Five of Pentacles. June has a little bit of a rough start as it is, but it is more of a transitionary few days. It feels like early June, the beginning of June, feels like a little bit tight on the finances. Feels like a lot of the finances are not kind of going the direction we would like them to go, but it does expand and it does get better as far as that. The Five of Pentacles is interesting. It's almost like having a rest. It's almost like rethinking some of the things, some of the ideas, rethinking some of the approaches and trying to get that in a level, you know, to where we can move forward. We can get some ideas implemented, because it does feel like a lot of a planning phase as far as the 1st of June goes. And then the Death card says we need to implement some of the changes that have occurred during the planning phase financially. So we have some ideas, we have some kind of, you know, some kind of a push, some kind of incentives that are going there. And it's also like some of the ideas that you have had, that you have logged, that you have kind of sort of pushed through do sort of linger. And they're small ideas. They're small type of things. They're not like major modifications. They're not like absolute, you know, incredible things that we have thought of, but they're small influences make a big impact later. So you just kind of need that, right? Small influences make a big impact later. So some of the tweaks, some of the little things grow into some bigger implementations, some bigger things as well. Seven of Swords says financially, we do have a bit of a windfall later on in June. It feels like a lot of things come to fruition. A lot of things sort of get down and start moving through, right? So we're sort of carrying things. We're moving things. We're implementing some things. And financially, that gives us a level of success because we have your card indeed at the end. It sort of gives you that power. It gives you that momentum that you kind of needed. The small ideas, a little bit of a break, a little bit of a sort of a pullback here gives you that forward momentum that you really need in order to make things happen in the long run. So looking pretty good financially there. A little bit of a dip, and then let's go forward. Let's look at the rest of life, how life is going, how things are moving across and going in and making it happen. All right, let's see where that is going to take us indeed. All right, we do have a Seven of Pentacles, a lot of sevens, man, a lot of kind of A lot of kind of moving forward with that. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Three of Cups. It really feels like the family, the extended family, really helps at this point. We have a lot of good things with family, a lot of good things with emotions and getting things going with that. The Three of Cups talked about the celebratory, but not only that, but having people in our life we can rely on, we can be sort of dependent on, people that are going to be all right, people that are going to be in our life that bring a lot of good things. So it's almost like a community, family, influences, friends are really going to sort of come about and be our support network. Six of Pentacles says we receive a lot of gifts in June as well, not only financially, but emotionally. A lot of people are there to support us. A lot of people are there to sort of have that celebration kind of thing. From the celebration comes stability, comes the happiness, comes the implementation that we kind of need. The Nine of Pentacles says all the things that you have been working on as well. You do have some fruition from that as well here, and that's going to be kind of exciting. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles is the ultimate combo, as I talk about in my book. But yes, the things that we have worked on receive the reward that we expect. So we have an expectation of certain rewards, and those rewards do indeed come about in June. So looking pretty good. Looking pretty good indeed. All right, let's mark Tarot Magician done. Let's move on to Black Swan with that. Oh, there you go. All right, so let's see. Your last read was on point. I guess that's good. That is good. Black Swan wants to know general for R and I. We want the Poe. We're going to see if the Poe is going to be all right for this one. Oh man, I've never had the Poe for just a general reading. We'll see. Normally the Poe is kind of a targeted hit. You know, normally the Poe is a little bit of a targeted hit there. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully this works out quite well. All right. We need a little bit of a general for R and I. Let's see. You know, if it doesn't work out, we can reverse it and do IR, infrared. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need in life is just bad jokes on the stream. See? All right. Let's see. On the Knight, a little bit of that Sun, the Justice. The Justice is served. Justice is served. There's some karmic stuff that has been floating around here, right? It's been swirling around. Karma stuff has been moving around, and you've kind of seen this, you know? You've kind of seen some hints about this, about ideas or, you know, some things that need to happen karmically. And I think some of those do get implemented. Some of those do get pushed through. And there's a level of kind of like, oh, yes, this is the karmic moment that we've been waiting for between R and I. And I don't mean like negative karma or something like that. It's like a lot of us are together because of past life, or because we have lessons to learn, or because we have kind of a finale kind of, you know, to push through and to go into. And I think that's something that you sort of encounter here, right? That justice. We finally understand why we are karmically together, what lessons we need to learn, what lessons we have sort of available to us. And the Two of Wands as well says somebody is going to be revealed that has been working against this relationship or against this connection. It feels like there's a little bit of somebody that isn't on point, that isn't on our side. And I do think that you have a little bit of a difficulty with that individual, and you just kind of, you know, sort of be revealed. A lot of revelations coming up soon for sort of who is supportive of this relationship, who is not, who should really be there as our mutual friends or kind of our mutual connection kind of thing, and who should not as well. The Knight of Wands, so there's a lot of activity coming soon on this relationship, whether it be trips, whether it be movement, whether it be drama, where there's a lot of things that are moving and a lot of expectations that are happening, a lot of things that are sort of going on with that. And Ace of Cups is we have somebody that's new, that's either a mutual friend or a friend that just sort of appears in this relationship. And it makes a big, big difference. That Ace of Cups, it feels like things are revealed and then a big thing is going on, a big thing is happening after that. So looking pretty interesting indeed. A lot of sort of an impact, a lot of movement from people that we know, a lot of sort of karmic revelations in the queue too. So it's kind of cool, interesting indeed. Dreaming with Tess is next. We got Dreaming with Tess over here. Wants to know about June, the month of love, and where is that going to go? Dreaming with Tess, your thing ain't working. Hang on, we got to fix this. Oh no, did I put dreaming with a, oh, I did. I may have, oh, I did, you know, I tried, I did. All right, let me see. So I built in a feature into this thing to where it should auto fix itself. Yes, it works. It automatically fixed itself. So I had dreaming instead of dreamin'. So that's now fixed. All right. So I built in a feature that basically will automatically try and fix things. So when it sees an error with the image and this, it'll try to go in and automatically fix it. So it's like, not really AI, but it like tries to figure out why the image isn't there. Anyway, so I press a button and it'll rescan everything and use a little bit of a, not AI, but it'll use a little bit of a looser match algorithm with all of that. Anyway, all right. So long story about technicalities that y'all don't care about. Anyway, let's get back to the readings, which y'all came in to, you actually came in to hear. I know it's chunky, but yeah, all this technical mumbo jumbo, and you know, there we go. All right, well, let's do a little bit of a Dreaming with Tess. Beautiful deck over here, also known as the, you know, I forgot what it's called. Whatever it's called, whatever this one is. Cool, Zaya, welcome. Appreciate you hanging out. What is going on? We got DJ up in the house. What is up? I appreciate you being here. How are you doing this fine Saturday night? All right, let's look and see what's going on with that. Dreaming with Tess wants to know. June, the month, do we have love? Let's see all of the love, all of the good things, all of the excitement that we can do, right? That we can make happen, that we can sort of implement with that. Where are we going to be with love? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I mean, I'm just saying, this is one of the best reads I think you've ever had as far as love goes, right? One of the best readings that you have ever had here. The Empress with the World, the two biggest cards that you can have as far as that is. Sure, we can throw the Lovers in there. We don't really need it because we have some very powerful cards in here. And that is the Empress with the World. The satiation we have for relationships, the beautiful things we have kind of waiting and sort of looking and sort of the feel, the happiness, all of that other stuff is going to be very nice, right? It's going to be very nice indeed. So you combine that with the World. Now that's the end of the majors, which means the end of the quest, the end of the search. I think June may be the catalyst as far as sort of the end of everything that we are waiting for, that we are sort of trying to do. The end of sort of that search, that quest, we actually finding something substantial between both of those. Very nice indeed. Queen of Wands does say this is something that does keep us busy. It does keep us thinking. There's a level of complexity that that does come about here, and I think that's going to be good news overall as far as it goes. Over on the Page of Cups says, hey, you know, look at it as something that's going to be something fresh. You don't want something stale. You don't want to sort of apply a lot of the rules that we have, a lot of the perspectives that we have from previous relationships. You want to go in fresh to this. And I think that is going to be one of the most powerful moments here as far as, you know, sort of moving into this thing going with that. Lani, thank you for your other donation. I greatly appreciate that. We also got Dreaming with Tess as well. I want to see Justice. Can we get a Justice card with this? Let's go ahead and shuffle it up and make that happen. Well, that is the worst shuffle. You know, for a professional card magician, for an ex-professional card magician, you would think that that shuffle would have looked a lot better than it did, but it didn't. So, away it goes. I tried. All right. Well, Justice and answers be served soon. Ooh, it would be nice to have some Justice card come out of this. Got a Three of Wands. Oh, a little bit of that Hermit. It does take a little bit longer for Justice to be served on this. It's almost like that your view of justice, your perspective on this is a little bit different than other people, is a little bit different sort of in that mode for what other people would expect. So you're looking at a certain item, you're looking at a certain idea, you're looking for a certain level of results, and you're just not getting it. Four of Wands says you're setting yourself up for a level of success with this indeed. So yeah, it is successful. Yeah, it does work. Yeah, this is something that actually sort of moves in the direction you would like, but the level of justice that you're waiting for is not exactly the level of justice that you get served with that. Ace of Coins says the opportunity, the movement is going to sort of arrive, is going to be there for you, but it's going to be a little bit different than what you had expected. Indeed. So, you know, some days we get everything, some days we don't. At least you got an absolute win as far as that goes. On this, we got Karima phase 2 coming up right now. We got Karima phase 2 with this. S's current feelings towards me today. Let's see if the feelings are there, if the feelings are moving, if the feelings are flowing the way that we would like them to be. Let's see what kind of feelings we got in the queue for that. We got the, Eight of Pentacles. Very nice. Two of Cups is always a good card to get. The Lovers, the Two of Cups, all of these things kind of sort of moving in the direction we would like them to be. The Temperance card says the flow of feelings is really sort of being more upfront. In other words, what I feel is what you see. Very kind of good, very kind of good. Very kind of flowing, very kind of objectively better as far as sort of the feelings, the expressiveness of the feelings, and the open communication, the open connection that we have as far as emotions go. So the Temperance card, very good in here indeed. Silent Victory, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. We got the Two of Cups is what you're kind of looking for. That freshness, that the renewal here. The Lord of Love is sort of fantastic with this Two of Cups. The pouring across, the connection is going to be there. And we do have that feeling of just a very, very good connection, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. I appreciate kind of where we're at, what we're doing. And the Knight of Pentacles is all about planting the wheat fields and getting a lot of the history between us is very powerful. It's very important. It's something that I want to hang on to. It's something that we need to sort of be sort of looking at, because Eight of Pentacles does say that we've worked a lot together. We've done a lot of mutual things that are very cool together, and that is sort of representative within the feelings that they have. Like, this is something I appreciate. This connection is something I really enjoy with that, right? Black Swan, I thank you for your donation as well. We got the other Karima, I think, going on over here. Has he been thinking about me today a lot? He got to communicate on the weekend, so what's going through his head today. Let's see where this is going to take us and what kind of things and opportunities we got there. All right, part one with that. Let's see where that is going to take us. You got the Fool, you got the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil, right? Thinking about you in a physical format today is something that just sort of happened, right? You sort of have that method of, I'm thinking about you, a physical aspect, a physical way. I'm thinking about you physically. I wish you could be here. I wish we could be together. I think there's a lot of excitement here that sort of makes this happen indeed. The Queen of Pentacles does talk about the level of sort of the Queen and the King of Pentacles, the level of stability, the level of sort of good news. And I think it's more of a foundational feeling that they're sort of feeling today. So the thoughts are more of a foundational type, right? We have the foundation, we're building on it, and it feels like the foundation is pretty rock solid. I have a lot of good communication that we've had, a lot of good kind of opportunities that we've had together, and that connection brings us into the next level, brings us into the next opportunity that we're kind of looking for and that we're kind of waiting for as far as this goes, right? The Fool says we need to have more adventures together. We sort of go back to that trip that we had, the trip opportunity that I still think is going to come out. And I think that is something as well about sort of thinking today, right? Thinking about the trip, thinking about the opportunities, thinking about kind of where I would want to be, where I would want to sort of, be at the end of the day there. All right. There we go. Good news all around. We got Karima. How does S think that I feel for them? Let's switch decks. And let's use the Victorian romantic for this one. Everybody loves a little Victorian and everybody loves a little romantic in the meantime. So we combine them both. We got the Victorian romantic, right? Victorian romantic is one of the best ones in there. So yeah, we'll see what's happening here. All right, does S think, oh no, wait. How does S think I feel for him? Interesting question indeed, yeah? Sometimes you have separation, sometimes we're not together, sometimes we're sort of waiting, and sort of where we're at with that. They know that you're very emotional about them. That's sort of one of the feels here, right? We know you're very emotional here, the Two of Swords. We also know that you don't like that separation time or that gap in between sort of, seeing each other. We want to see each other more. We want to think with that. So they understand that you feel that there's a separation here. We want to be together more. We want to be on the same page with this, kind of excited to be there. They also know that you're very kind of emotional about the whole connection, which is good news. If you weren't emotional and you were just kind of bored with it, that would be a problem to begin with, but you're not. You are emotional. You are very attached to this, that Queen of Cups of water, sort of sitting out there making things happen with them. You got the Devil with a reversed temperance. There is a level of disappointment overall. They think that you feel a little bit disappointed that we can't do something bigger. We can't do something sort of an expansive in here. So to make some big movement, big things happen, we got to take it slowly. We got to take it one step at a time. And they know that you want to take it a little bit quicker than they do in some aspects, but they understand that, hey, they're doing the best that they can here. And that's something where we just have to be patient overall as far as that goes with that. All right, the end of Karima phase 1 over here. As S been having thoughts, they will eventually leave to be with me in a serious way. Let's see if that's going to happen and see what kind of opportunities we have there. All right. Now, let's see what's going on there. Strength, 6 of Swords, and 3 of Cups, and the Emperor. Indeed. I think they know the ball's in their court. I think that's something that we see continually with this, right? The ball is in their court. They understand that this is something that has a lot of moving parts, that has some pieces that need to be implemented properly before we can sort of go through with that. The Emperor says, hey, they understand that, hey, this is an expectation. This is something we've been waiting for. This is something we've been excited about, but it does take a lot of planning, a lot of implementation there. The Emperor says they understand that, it's not something that they're waiting for you to do, you're more waiting for them. The 3 of Cups says, yeah, this is sort of bothering them. They do want to implement this. They do want to move forward with the next stage, and they don't want this sort of the 3 of Cups back and forth and whatnot, but they know it takes a little bit of time. The 6 of Swords talks about moving from a challenging place to a better place, to an expansive place, a place where we can get a lot of good emotions, we can get a lot of excitement in the meantime there. But Strength says the patience is the key here. We can't do everything in one day. We need to have the patience. Even though it does take a little longer than it should, we need to implement we need to implement that stuff and, sort of just have patience with that. The Strength says we don't have just one lion to tame. We have multiple lions to tame, whether it be financially, whether it be, the relationships, whether it be where we live, what we do, how we do things. So there's a lot of moving parts in here. There's a lot of lions to tame as we sort of move past. And that is the end of Karima phase 1 over there. We got YLK is up next. Let's do YLK. Wants to know outcome for Samson and Ella. All right, is a relationship going to survive, or is this not going to make it? What is going to happen here as far as this goes? So yeah, need a little bit more of an outcome, a little bit more of a perspective in here. Is this going to be something that we have a good outcome with? All right, do we have any more PayPals? We got Kolziah and CC. All right, Kolziah and CC, you are in the queue. Let me do CC after this. Kolziah, you're in the queue after Keeli, I think. All right, the Tower. Outcome for this relationship. It looks pretty harsh. It looks pretty harsh. This looks like it's going to be quite the juggling act in order to make this happen long term. You have the Tower card is a very, very tough card to implement because there's so many things that are crumbling, so many things that we're trying to rescue, we're trying to fix, we're trying to make it happen. It just feels very challenging indeed. Five of Wands, so there's a lot of sort of back and forth with this relationship that isn't doing anybody any good. And you have that kind of the feeling of what can we do different? How can we do things differently? But I think there's a level of stubbornness, especially on Ella's side, to make things happen, to implement things in the proper way. They just want things their way or the highway, and that's very difficult indeed. I think we do have a last sort of a push to try to fix some things in this, but it does look extremely, and I mean extremely difficult to sort of get this stable and get this ultimately to be something nice. Anyway, job at TikTok. I don't know if you get the job at TikTok, you got to promote the Tarot Magician on TikTok. I mean, hey, CC, remember the Tarot Magician if you get the job at TikTok. And there you go. All right, we'll see. Oh, man. Can you get a job at TikTok? Gregory Scott will let you know if this is going to be a possibility, if this is going to be something that we could do, if it could be some good news in the meantime with this. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. We're going to have some water. We got to cool down from that one. Here we go. That reading is legitimately 110% on fire. That is just on fire. That is looking really good. Not only do you have the lovers, this is a job that you can really enjoy. This is a job where you have a lot of excitement, a lot of cool things, a lot of things that you really sort of like to do. The lovers feels like it's someplace you like to go to, or you like to sort of log in and sort of see what's going on and all of that other stuff. Two of Wands as well says it just looks really good on the old resume as well. Two of Wands says this is something where you're holding the globe. We understand this leads us to bigger and better things. We understand we have a level of excitement, a level of good things coming from this. And the Page of Cups feels like at first you feel like a fish out of water, no pun intended, but as you sort of move in, as you implement, as you sort of get into that next mode, that's something that you really enjoy, that sun, right? Sort of the exposure, the excitement, the jobs. Overall, I think that is going to be definitely a thumbs up. Get the job at TikTok over there and sort of log in and see where that's going and see what kind of things you can get done. So we're going to go with the thumbs up. That's looking very nice indeed. Tarot Reader wants to know, is Keith interested in me? Are they not interested in me? Like, what are they looking for? Where are they waiting and whatnot? We're kind of see where Keith is going to take us with all of that other stuff. Man, King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and Eight of Pentacles. I mean, I think that they want to, but they're taking too much time. This is somebody who has interest, but then they're like, I'm not really sure what I want to do with this, right? This is somebody who has a lot of interest, a lot of cool feels, a lot of excitement here, but they just never sort of take it to that next level. They never open the door and take this to the next objective with this. It's gonna be very hard to get them moving and get them working, right? You get the Three of Pentacles, the beginning, the birth of something nice, the start of something. So I think we have some good interest. We have some good things going on. The King of Pentacles just feels like they're a little too comfortable in here. I do think that they do contact you. I do think that they are interested. I think getting them to follow up is going to be difficult in the long run. Getting them to sort of show interest, getting them to sort of move past some stuff is going to be a little bit difficult. But overall, I think the Eight of Pentacles, once you sort of move this forward a little bit, it gets a lot better. But that opening volley just doesn't feel like there's a lot of things happening with there. So let it kind of just move forward at its own pace, see where it's going to go, and ultimately see if we're going to be able to sort of push that into the next zone, right? All right, we got Anne is next. What would be the main reaction of Project B? We got some good projects. We're going to use the Adventures in Tarot, the Art of Adventure Adventurers Tarot. That is what we need. That is what I'm talking about with that, right? The Art of Adventurers Tarot. Let's see what's going on. What will be the main reaction to Project B? Are people going to be loving it? Are they not going to be loving it? What's going on with that? So, Ultraviolet, did you figure out how to do the drawing on the iPad? Let me know. I sent you the article. Hopefully you figured it out. I don't know. We'll see. All right. What's the reaction? What's the guttural reaction of this? The Tower feels like that it's too much a little bit. It's too much a little bit. It's almost like the initial reaction is not as accepting, or it's not as amazing as you would want. I do think it grows over time. You do have sort of a groundswell of excitement from that, right? You do have the worshipers here. You do have this expanding into something good and exciting, and a lot of cool things happening with here. So you're going to have to kind of be patient with this. Absolutely. You're going to have the detractors that do come out immediately, and I think that's something that's very kind of frustrating, or you kind of want to push it to the next level, but you understand that that's something that you got to be patient with. Overall, the Tower says it makes a big impact immediately. The detractors come out, you have to let them subside, you have to let them go past, and then you have the groundswell that is excitement, or a lot of the cool things, a lot of the foundational aspects that you have been waiting for are just around the corner there. All right, we got Lani is next. And Lani is my favorite cartoon, because Lani is my favorite cartoon. It just looks good. It just looks good. So anyway, that was my favorite out of all of those. I think Lani was my #1 favorite to make, and then Tarot Magician was my #2 favorite to make. Anyway, all right, Shiba Moon, I thank you for your very generous donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, let's see what Lani wants to know. Is the Gemini still dating, and can we get a reconciliation? This is probably the wrong deck to use for that. Art of Adventure. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not adventurous. They certainly are, but we need a little more modern love when we get to this Gemini. A little more modern love when we get to the Gemini. So we'll see, we'll see how it goes. All right, let's see what's going on. Is the Gemini still dating? Part 1. We still got some dating aspects. We still got some dating excitement from this particular individual. Let's see if that's something that still exists with that. 8 of Cups, no, 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 and no. I'd say just no. I'd say a whole lot of no. It just doesn't look like they are. You got the 4 of Swords. It's interesting because it's floating within kind of a heart, kind of a heart shaped, floaty within the pool. It feels like they feel really isolated in the dating world. If they're not getting what they want, they're not getting sort of a lot of the reactions, a lot of the excitement that they would really like to have. The King of Pentacles feels like at some point, though, they felt like they had it all. I think they had a lot of excitement, a lot of sort of very cool things waiting here with that King of Pentacles, right? They had everything. I have all of the aspects, all of the excitement, all the amazing things are just waiting for me, right? But now, not so much. Now they feel a little bit isolated. 8 of Cups, they kind of given up on some aspects out there. It's like it's frustrating. It's not the way I want it. It's not kind of, some of the excitement that I usually have for that. The 2 of Wands said if it dropped in their lap, they'd be okay with it. But for the most part, that 8 of Cups, that 4 of Swords, a lot of emotional just dissatisfaction with things that are happening, things that are going on in those aspects. All right. In part 2, with that, be random with me. I thank you for your donation over PayPal. I greatly appreciate you. All right. It's not refreshing. Why is PayPal doing this to me? Okay, we'll see. All right, here we go. Do you see a reconciliation between that? Is that going to be all right? Is that going to be good? We'll see. We'll see if that's going to be something that we can do at the end of the day. 3 of Wands. You got the Ace. Oh, reconciliation is in the queue indeed. And I thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. We'll get the love balloons up in the house. More love balloons and more love balloons. That 4 of Wands. it just feels like that rebuilding what we have, readdressing the things that were sort of pending, that we're waiting for is something that we really want to do. It's something that we're really excited about at the end of the day. Because you have a Four of Wands, the new home, the new happy family. We talked about this in my book, right? Four of Wands is the beginning of the new happy home, happy family. Then you got the Ten of Cups with the emotional satisfaction, the young children, the big open spaces. And then you got the Ten of Pentacles, which is like the old timer. You know, we got the dog, the grand, so it's more of an established kind of thing. So we're reinitiating some of this. Not only that, but the Ace of Pentacles says we're rebuilding some of the foundational aspects that we would love to see. Three of Wands says they're expecting it just as much as you are, and you just have to be patient with this, right? Because the King of Cups, we just have to both be emotionally in it together. So overall, we got the love balloons out, looking so good with a reconciliation could indeed be there. And I thank you for your other donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, Lani with the last one, and then we're going to do Karima phase 2 over there. But for right now, let's do a little bit of the partying indeed, called the Meraki Tarot over there. Do you see anything good coming in me for June? All right, we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm making a brand new intro. We're making a new intro. We're going to add Karima. We're going to add Lani. We're going to add Dreaming with Tess. We already have the Tarot Magician. We're going to add all of the we're going to try to add as many people as I can in there. So we are going to make a brand new intro tomorrow. That's a new background, new people, new animations. It's going to be fun, man. So I'm really kind of dedicating this weekend to technology and the stream and the technology, and sort of picking up the stream, running with it, getting all sorts of upgrades and getting all sorts of fantastic things added to this. So I really want like a customized stream to where it's one big family. We're all together. We're all rocking. We're all just kind of hanging out. So yeah. So as you have I do want to make an outro as well that's a little bit better, so I'll work on that too. So I don't know, we'll see. I need to add Alisha too. I have no idea what Alisha looks like, but when add Alisha too, we'll take a wild guess, and there we go. So Maruta's already in it, so yeah, we're good. All right, anyway, you see anything coming from me in June? The Two of Cups, the new relationship, the relationship that you're waiting for. Some of the relationship opportunities are going to be there. Is it going to be a perfect relationship? No, but the Two of Cups does get that initiation, that movement into the next phase, movement into the next zone, the excitement that we're kind of waiting for as far as that goes, right? You have a little bit of a tower. I would definitely watch out for June 26th. June 26 has a little bit of some challenges that you really don't want to do, right? That you really don't want to do anything with that. But yeah, but watch the June 26th. That ain't no good for you. If you can take the day off, take the day off. Entertainment purposes only. Never assume something's going to happen based on a fat man reading your cards on the internet, but I'm just saying. Nine of Cups, emotionally satisfying. It feels like a lot of good feels, a lot of excitement that we haven't had some of the excitement before. We're waiting for, we've been expecting, because I think, intuitively there's something different coming. I think that is going to be implemented at least partially in June. Magician says, hey, if you're going to push forward, if you're going to make some big changes, June is going to be the time to do it as well. The Magician is kind of sort of that mastery of our tools, mastery of the implementation, mastery of what we are doing. So if you're looking for sort of a big push, if you're looking for that initiation, we're looking for that big moment that we kind of been waiting for there, I think that's going to be something you can get done with that. All right. Let's see what is going on here. We got the Karima. How's S viewing our connection at the moment? And we have S viewing our connection right now. Is that the Karima? Is that the same question? Let me know. I appreciate that. PGV, I thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, well, let's see where this is going. How is S viewing the connection at the moment? Ooh, Jesus Christ, the star, the universe, right at this very moment, they're viewing this as as a karmic connection, as something that is exciting, as something that is leading us into something bigger, something better, something that sort of we have been expecting. The star with the universe, the expansion of the universe, the ultimate goal of what we're doing is leading us in the direction that we would like to go. We're being led. We're being let forward. We're being pushed forward into the next phase, and that's something that we're excited about. Queen of Pentacles, sort of they're viewing the connection as something that is groundbreaking, that does have a lot of the excitement that we've been kind of waiting for to see that. And the Queen of Swords as well, right? There's a sharpness. There is a level of comfort zone breakage within this. That's how they're viewing the connection at the moment. So we have this over here. So Karima, is that the same question? Or do you want me to read that? Let me know. I'll be happy to read that, but it just looks like the same question. Karima, let me know if you have maybe a different question or something. I'd love to read anything that you need. Let me know. All right. Karima also wanted to know what feelings is this having towards me right now that he is not sharing or showing. Ooh, that's interesting. What feelings do we have that are being subdued? What feelings do we have that aren't available, that aren't there, that aren't sort of being represented out of that? That's kind of an interesting thing to think about with that. The ace, the page, and that 9, very nice. You got a lot of cups in here too, right? What feelings right now that he's not sharing or showing? I mean, there's this feeling of the 9 of Pentacles. Like, you know, there's a lot of things here that still need to be done. We're not finished, right? We're not done. We're not completed here. There's a lot of things that need to be altered, that need to be changed, that need to be pushed forward into the next level. And we kind of sort of need to see where this is going to take us, right? At the end of the day, we kind of need to see where we're going with this. Ace of Cups says, well, I'm not showing you, but I'm feeling like that we need to reintegrate some of the feelings that we had before. It's almost like that we've lost some of the feelings that they enjoyed. We've lost some of the sort of the excitement, maybe some of the electricity that we've had in the past, and we need to sort of renew that, but they're just sort of afraid to say that. Overall, the Page of Swords talks about sending messages, right? It's almost like that they want to send more messages. They want to communicate, even if it's not like all the time, even if it's not on sort of a more serious level. But yeah, there you go. Overall, the Queen of Cups just talks about that, hey, they're not sharing or showing a lot of their emotional side. They are a little bit on the tender side emotionally sometimes, and they're kind of worried about showing that. They're worried about where that's going to take us or what that's going to do if they kind of show a little bit too much of the tender side with all of the emotions. And the last of the Karima phase 2. All right, our S's feelings for me, growing, expanding. What do we got going on with that? Is that something that we can grow, expand? We can move it into the next phase. We can sort of see where it goes with that. All right, we'll see. A little bit of the 8 of Pentacles, the 9, the Strength, and the Strength and the Hermit card go together well. Go together well, right? That Strength card just says patience has paid off. And I think both of you have had a level of patience with this connection, and they understand that it's difficult sometimes to have this patience. It's difficult to kind of sort of, you know, be in that mode where we are going to be able to be patient and supportive and kind of thing with that. But yeah, that Hermit into the Strength card. They just want to let you know, right, that the patience is there. They have the patience, but sometimes it's very difficult to have it. And indeed, we are growing. And there's a light, this warmth, this shine that you have sort of reflecting on this and highlighting that patience. And that's something that's really going to be good for us with here. 8 of Pentacles says there's a level of work to get these feelings to grow. There's a level of work in any relationship and any connection. And once we do that work, once we understand that that's something that we need to implement, we need to do, then you have a lot of good things that are going to be pending for that. Overall, the Knight of Swords over here just says small movements and incremental bursts is what's going to be better for this instead of big movements and big motions, right? It's like small, quick motions make more out of this relationship than big, broad movements, if that makes any sense. Anyway, all right, well, there we go. So overall, I guess that is a yes. We have some growing and some expansion phase in there. Looking pretty good in there indeed. CC, thanks for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, we're after Keeli. We're going over to the PayPal side. I did not forget about y'all. I swear I did not forget about y'all. But yeah, we'll see. We get to the PayPal side in uno momento as you go. Musique. It's what I like. Financial situation from now to the end of 2023. Can we get the big lottery winnings? Indeed. Maybe. You know, you never really rule that out, do you? You never really rule out the big lottery wins. We never really rule out the big lottery wins. We'll see what is going on here. Financial situation from now until the end of 2023. A little bit of a music action with here. All right. Oh, Jesus, a lot of good, there's a lot of financial things that can be done. You have a lot of open doors that we can embrace, that we can address, that we can move forward, that we can get excited about. And we are going to have to do some of that indeed. The Chariot says, be careful of how you're going to spend your energy, because there's some very clear, there's some very apparent things that you can get done, that you can get moving here, but you're going to have the energy and the availability and the time to do that. So don't waste time doing other things that are kind of back-ended and not really helpful in that page, right? You don't want to implement anything that's not going to be very conducive to sort of that next level, to that excitement that you're kind of looking forward to. But yeah, you do have some open doors. You have some good things happening. Now, I think that in September is going to be your challenging month by far. So at the end of September, things get a little bit better. But be ready in September to take a couple of extra bills, to take a couple of extra things happening as well. Here, it does feel like after September, it is just smooth sailing. A lot of good things, that you have been waiting for are going to be implemented after that indeed. So looking very good. September is going to be a little bit challenging. You're going to have more of a kind of a good feel, good flow in October, especially towards November. But yeah, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good overall. Just don't turn down some of the open doors that do happen with that, right? All right, does Richard R. care about me at all? Let's see. And then let's go over to PayPal. We got Keziah. We got Be Random with me, CC up in the queue. Where is this going to happen here? Do they care about me? Do they love me? The king says it's difficult for them to show a lot of the emotions that you are waiting for. They do have a good connection. The Queen of Pentacles is all about the stability. It's all about the beautiful connection. It's all about the excitement. Not necessarily a lot of expressivism that you get sort of not getting from this individual, because I do think they're held back a little bit. I also do think that they're very late to the game, right? They're very late to the game. Not a lot of implementing things on time and implementing things the way that they need to be done at the end of the day. They do care about you. They do see you as somebody stable, somebody that does have a very tight, a very wonderful connection with this. But it's just difficult for them to show any real emotions sometimes. It feels like that's not something that they would normally do, as well as they have some conflicting back and forth feelings about you sometimes. And, you know, that's the way it goes. That is the way it goes. So there we go. All right, Alisha is next. But first, we are going to the PayPal side. We got Keziah up in the queue tonight, right? A little bit of that. Does why I feel the same about me that I feel for them? We got emotions. We're pouring them out. We love to see some connection. We love to see some reality coming from this. We put all of this, put all of this effort, and we're not really getting what we need sometimes. And that is freaking frustrating. That is freaking frustrating sometimes. Oh, man, the death card, the Hierophant, and what? The Devil, Death, and Hierophant, all majors. Jesus. Bottom line is no. Bottom line is no. Let's look at some details here, though, you know what I'm saying? That death card, they need something different out of this than you do. I think that you are sort of getting implementing in there, you know, sort of you are sort of waiting for something to happen here. That death card, they need some changes to be happy. Maybe you don't need the changes, maybe you don't need the alterations. They definitely need something they're not getting in order to be content and happy with this. The Hierophant says they take this pretty seriously, but the Devil says a lot of times it is a physical only type of thing. They really haven't looked at anything else. They haven't sort of moved past that and sort of expanded into some of the deeper emotions, some of the deeper connections that you would like to kind of see from this individual. So that's the way it goes sometimes indeed. But yeah, a little bit of a disconnect. All majors though. There's some big things going to come out of this connection. Some big things coming out of this connection indeed. Right? Some big things. iPad storage. Are you having issues with iPad storage? Wait. I bought both of us like enough iPad storage to last into like the next decade. Let's look here. Subscription. Look at, I don't know. What we got? I don't know. Let's see. No, I don't see anything. I don't know. Where's storage? I don't know. I got to do readings. All right, but no, you should have a lot of ample storage with this stuff. I don't know. Anyway, Be Random with Me is next. We'll see what Be Random with Me's got going on over there. Been a minute. Let's say Be Random with Me. Oh man, so many YouTubes, so little time. Guides, and love. All right. What kind of love are we waiting for? What kind of love are we having going on with that? Let's see if that's going to be something that we can do. Black Swan, I will read your last question first, indeed. All right. Thank you for letting me know for the order preference with that. Oh, man. Got a little bit of that connection. That's interesting over there. That is interesting over there, indeed. What do the guys want me to know about relationships? Oh, man. You know, sometimes you have that beautiful, the wonderful too there. You have opportunities coming. They're going to make you happy. And I think that's what they want. I think that's what they want you to know. That you have beautiful connections. You have beautiful things coming. And I think that you have some relationship opportunities around the corner that you should be pretty excited about. The reason we say that, we got the 2. We got the Knight, Mr. Romance. We have the romantic thing going on. We have all of the excitement here. Not only that, but we have the ultimate ending here of a happy home, happy family, a resurgence of love, a resurgence of thing. It's like, be patient. We have you set up. We got you set up. You're good. You're good. And I think that's an important thing because it brings a level of confidence. It brings a level of relaxation. It brings a level of, you know, sort of not a desperation, but more of a just a, hey, I know it's going to work out. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody around you at work says, hey, your boss has been talking about you. They're going to give you a big raise. And you go in to that meeting and knowing that things are going to work out. This is letting you know the same thing. The 2 with the Knight, with this is a progression from A to B to C. And this is a beautiful progression that you can really get in, that you can get excited about. But what do we need? We need a little bit of patience to make that happen. So I think that's the big message here. Be patient. We got it fixed up for you. Things are working for you, right? We don't have to concern ourselves. We don't have to be worried. We don't have to be sort of overthinking things because things are taken care of. Things are taken care of. That is just an amazing set of cards. I don't think you can get a better set of cards than what I just saw right there. That is looking very nice indeed. So Be Random with Me. Congratulations. Looking very nice. Looking very encouraging. All right. Speaking of encouraging, let's encourage Alisha with some good news on the next 7 days. We got Black Swan with a reversal read, Solid Victory, Shiba, and PGV, and we are out of here. With that, we are out of here at the end there. All right. And next 7 days, what is going to happen with that? All right. PGV, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate you. We are cutting off donations, PGV, so I will get you first thing tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. All right. Knight of Swords, next 7 days. We're being rushed. We're being rushed, but it works. Don't be afraid to be rushed, Alisha. There's some stuff that needs to be handled quickly, that needs to be handled rapidly, that needs to be worked up, that needs to be moved in, that needs to be implemented on the next level. That Knight of Swords, that quickness, that implementation there. It feels like you have some pending things that are going to come up that need some action. You need to sort of address that very quickly, because if you don't, you are going to be behind a little bit. The faster we can address things, the faster we can sort of implement some of the changes is going to be the success, right? Is going to be the way that you would really like it to be here. That Nine of Pentacles says we have a, oh man, it's almost like Alisha. If you have something that's in a hurry, if you have something that's urgent, treat it very urgently, get it implemented as fast as you can. That will make you successful, and it will get you into this mode. Maybe somebody's watching and seeing that you implement the stuff this quickly, you implement stuff amazingly well when it is an emergency, when it is in a critical stage. It feels like that you're very much rewarded for the rapid action indeed. That is interesting. I've never seen a reading like that before. It's like a great reward for a level of urgency. Great reward sort of pending with that. So that's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen a reading like that before. I like that a lot, actually. Silent Victory, I like you a lot too. Let's see what you are doing tonight. We got the Silent Victory over there. Hello. Hello to you too. All right. We want to know, will I buy a house this year? Well, hopefully this year. I mean, the housing market, you know what I'm saying? Where they're talking, we're talking, I listen to financial stuff because I do the stock market crap. Anyway, they're talking about just housing just exploding if they even touch interest rates. Like if they reduce interest rates, if they stall, if they, whatever they're doing, if it looks good, the housing market is going to go through the roof immediately. So that is an interesting thing going there. Empress, Eight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the double aces does point me towards a little bit of a thumbs up on this reading. We have a lot of good things happening here. We have the level of implementation, the excitement from that. We have the financial readiness, the financial stability that we need from that. And the Empress, making a new home, making a comfortable place for us is going to be something that we can appreciate and we get going on. So yeah, I think we got a thumbs up action over there. Looking decent, looking good indeed. Black Swan wants a reversal over here. We'll see. We'll see how this looks. By the way, in case you don't know what this deck is, you have to know. It's the Dark Mansion Tarot. All right. What has happened between us in previous lives? What are lessons we have to fulfill in the Thoth? All right. I guess the Dark Mansion is not sufficient for this one. We need to take the animation off. That'd be great. All right. We got what happened between us in the previous lives. What are the lessons to be learned here? That's interesting. Oh, man. Previous lives, man, I really think that y'all had a hardship in a previous life. Y'all had some rough times in the previous life. It feels like a lot of the things we're waiting for, a lot of the things we would like implemented are just not there, right? They're just not in the opportunities we would like to see with that. So it's just kind of rough as far as previous life goes and what I would like to see and where I would like to see it go. And we had to pull things together. And I think a previous life as well, there was a lot of people that weren't on your side. You have a lot of adversity with friends, with family, not necessarily Romeo and Juliet kind of thing, but you just had some adversities that had to be accomplished together. A little bit of that sort of disappointment as far as it goes as well. So yeah, I think that we have some adversity in a previous life. I think we have some social issues to where we didn't have the support that we needed. We didn't have kind of on the same point as what we would like to have at the end of the day. I think we did have to sort of drag through some adversities together, but that kind of what brought us together in the first place was the adversities that we're able to accomplish, the adversities we're able to push through and make it happen with that. I do think that this was a very big traveling thing, never really in one place. You traveled from here to there to here to there. I think that was one of the mainstays as well in the past life, is sort of a lot of motion, a lot of traveling, and a lot of adventures that we went on together. I do think that in the past life that you ended up cheating with somebody else in a past life, but there we go. All right. There we go. A little bit of a past life look-see. I guess the good thing about the past life, from my perspective, is, hey, I don't know how you're going to research to see if it's right or not. You know, I guess that's one thing. It's good and bad, right? A past life reading. You're like, you know, I don't know if it's right, but I don't really know. Nobody is ever going to come back and say, you know, that past life reading, that was on point. That was exact. You know what I'm saying? I went and that was exact. I don't know. Unless we give like extreme details, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We got Black Swan with the follow-up. A good call with the order change, with all of that other stuff. We get good call with the order change, with all that other stuff. PGV, your first question is on the list, but your second question is not on the list. Second question I will get you tomorrow. You will get tomorrow, first thing. So, yeah. All right. We'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. Where are we going to move for this, right? How does the future look if we build a long-term stable relationship? You know, it is quite possible indeed. Man, you got some challenges that you need to work out, though. There's some stuff that needs to be worked out. And I think the good news is it is very obvious what the challenges are. You don't need a Scooby-Doo mystery. You don't need Scrappy. You don't need Thelma. You don't need any of these people to figure this out. You have a very prominent, a very obvious list of issues here with this strife that need to be worked out. And working it out is going to be absolutely critical in this, because if you don't, we have this karmic thing that is pending, that is lurking, that is waiting. And I don't think you want to deal with that at all. This is not something you want to take a full force ahead. So let's do that motion. Let's do the kite. Let's do that swiftness in there. Let's make things successful. Let's put the fiery implementation that we need in there. And let's work out some of the karmic things that we got. So is it possible? Yeah. But we need to address the really, really obvious things that are pending here. Then we have a level of celebration. Then we have a level of stability. But if we don't, a lot of the issues from the past are going to creep in, because a lot of those just have not been closed out. Now, a lot of those just have not been closed out the way that we need. Shiba Moon is next. Let's see where we're going with that. All right. Shiba Moon's graphic is not coming up either. We're having all sorts of issues over here. Why isn't Shiba Moon's thing coming up? I don't know. We got stream. We got see, videos, stream code, JPEG. You're there. You're there. Why are you coming up? Donators. Did I not put it in there? Oh, I did not put it in there. All right. We got Shiba, and that is Shiba Moon. Shiba, and then Shiba Moon. There we go. All right. So let me press the button that reloads things, and let me go here. And then let me press this. All right, so it should load. Shiba Moon, that's the best that I can do from the picture that you had a thumbnail. I'm sorry, that's the best that I could do. If you want to send me another picture, like if you have a headshot or something, if you have a headshot or something for your professional business or whatever, you want to send me I don't know, a more high-res thing, then I can sort of implement a cartoon that's going to be a little bit better. But for now, that's all I could do. For now, that's all I could do. Anyway, but yeah, send me something more high-res, and I will get you a better cartoon in there. But for now, not as good as the others. But, you know, again, I couldn't say a lot of detail, but I tried. Anyway, all right, what is the reaction of the Project HR? And we got the double and we're out of here for the night. The reaction. I think that you have an abundance of supporters from this project, that 10 of Cups, right? You have an idea coming out of your head, right? We have this idea. We have these things going on. We have a lot of people that are interested, a lot of people that are viewing and kind of excited and kind of want to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that you have a level of excitement there from some individuals. I think it's very noticeable. It's what's the first thing, the reaction that I have, right? Very noticeable. It's not something that somebody would be like, oh, what are you talking about? No, very noticeable. The King of Cups as well. That is interesting. I think you've opened up a new door or a new avenue that hasn't been opened before. And that's kind of good. It could be good and bad, but you've opened up a new door, a new avenue that hasn't been there previously, like a bird, a launching, a moving forward. It's almost like you're launching something that is kind of exciting, launching something that is kind of, kind of on that level of, ooh, that is something I really kind of want to see, really kind of want to go to. But yeah, that launch, that movement that is happening as far as that goes. You got this Eight of Wands as well. A lot of people are communicating about this. This is something that's talked a lot about when you have all of this motion, kind of like the birds, a lot of gossip, a lot of movement, a lot of motion, a lot of activity around this from people, either talking about it, maybe sharing it. And if it's a project where you're making money, social media is always going to be something fantastic for you. Queen of Pentacles, if you're looking at making money, this could be it, right? If you're looking at making money, this could be it. So there you go. There you go. I like it. Had a lot of potential, had a lot of things going on as well. The Magician, you have a level of control and a level of kind of just motions that you're going to have with here. In other words, if I want to take it and drive the car a little bit left, drive the car a little bit right, I'm going to be able to do that. This is something I'm going to be able to do. The Magician gives me the power, gives me the level, gives me the good news that I would like to see from this thing. So overall, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good indeed. We got Anne looking good as well. We got the Anne double shot, and then we are out of here for the evening. Let's see a little bit of the Amber Tarot as we make that happen over here. All right, let's see. We got the double amber, or we got the double and read. All right, why, how would Project B make a big impact? How would it make a big impact, or why would it make a big impact? Let's see. Why are we going to be doing all of that? The King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Basically, the movement causes the big impact. The fact that it's moving forward, the fact that we have a lot of things going here. The two just kind of says there's a good plan behind it, and people understand we've planned for this. We have this implementation. We have this movement. We have this perspective that we would like to see here, and we're kind of excited to sort of implement that to see where it's going to go. But the movement, right? The idea and then the implementation combo. People like the idea. They want to see where the idea goes. And now that it's being implemented, rather than just being an idea, now that it's being a Knight of Swords pushed through and moved in the next interval, people want to see where this is going to go and how it's going to turn out. It's like it attracts, right? It just attracts a lot of attention as it goes through and as it moves. A lot of potential with that. All right, regards to past reads, why Project B rather than A in views? All right. Let's see where this is going to take us. And we are going to be done for the night. We will be back tomorrow, CC and PGV. You are first on the list tomorrow. Let's make this happen. All right. Project B, then A. Why do we have more views? The star just says it's destiny. It's something that you're being led to. It's something that you're being guided to. The star illuminates pathways, illuminates the reasoning, illuminates things, and makes it, sort of apparent as far as what's going on. The strength card says it's something people can relate to more, right? The strength. I'm relating to this. I understand the power. I understand. And the Leo aspect of the strength is more showy. It's an exciting thing happening in regards to this as well. The Eight of Wands says that the potential here, the movement as well, and this one is going to get the attention, but the basic thing is the star. We're guided, we're led in this direction, and this is something that gets more views because it's more attention worthy. That Leo aspect. Show me what you can do. Show me things. And I think the showiness of it makes it good for you. And that is it for me. I thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow.